Hi, soul family. How are you today? Welcome to my one little window. Right? This is the only window I allow in. Boundaries are coming up big time right now. Keeping your boundaries clear, clean, and clean and clear. So clean as in clean up what needs to go, and clear as in what you're accepting in and what you will not. What kind of energy you're willing to work with, and what kind of energy that you have left in the past and do not wish to welcome back. There's a lot of heavy energy right now, extremely heavy energy. We have the hurricane in the Bahamas. It's monsoon season. And monsoon season it's heavy energy, emotional energy. Anytime you see the weather, that's what's going on inside of us as the collective as well. And just tonight, I saw somebody that was going to kill themselves. And it was going to be a tower moment, clearly, but how they were going to do that wasn't shown to me. And I just got home, and my landlord was a very good friend, and this person was a client of his, Jeffrey Sherman from Malibu. He had a wellness center, and there was 10 of them all together, went hiking in Malibu yesterday in this insane heat. And they didn't have enough water, and they got separated, and he died of heat exposure. And that's the person who was going to kill themselves. They killed themselves by doing that. This heat is brutal. It's awful. I can't imagine. When I go hiking, I've got several water bottles. It's just awful. And to think of, and this is a spiritual person. This was one of my Facebook friends, and so I was sitting there thinking about what to say. And it's not just one person, this is affecting a lot of people. It's not just, there's deaths going on right now, endings and new beginnings. Remember, I saw the vulture feather, that was the death, and then there's a transformation and a rebirth. And so, of course, Jeffrey's in no pain. He's not suffering at all, but everyone connected to him is. And so I posted a picture along with my condolences to the page, and I realized that what I posted was a phoenix rising. And this is the picture that I posted. And the fire and the flame coming from beneath this one. The phoenix rising. So that phoenix has risen, right? And my deepest condolences to the family and loved ones of Jeffrey, and I ask that you all be given an extra measure of comfort and healing as you deal with this very profound loss. May you all lean on Spirit and one another as you focus on the good times and blessings derived from your connection. He will come to you each in his own way to let you know he's in a complete space of peace and love. May you all feel his loving embrace. So the ones that go, they don't have anything but love. They have no disappointment, they have no sorrow, they have no anger, they have no frustration, irritation, pity, nothing. It's the ones that are left behind to struggle with this hole in their heart. And I would say call upon the one that has gone into Spirit to help you heal that hole in your heart, because they're connected to you still. And ask them to show themselves to you. My mother shows herself to me all the time, so does Lily. And it's also a death of old relationships coming to an end. Tower moments, left, right, and center. People having to make choices and realizing, I once loved you. Once I would have been happy to be with you in your life, but I've moved on, and our paths have changed, and I no longer, I still have love for you in my heart, but I'm no longer in love with you. And so I'm moving forward, and I wish you well on your journey. Blessings on your journey. Right? But there are people that are hurting when there's a lot of people that are hurting. So there's a lot of that energy, heavy energy right now. I just feel very heavy. I felt that heavy energy as soon as I woke up this morning. I made that choice myself. At one time, I would have given my right arm for that offer, right? But you can't push somebody out of your life, throw them away, ignore them, and then expect to come back and start right up where you left off. Sometimes you can. Sometimes there are reconciliations and the coming together. When somebody returns back into your life, it doesn't mean that they're there to stay, right? Maybe there's something that just needs to be wrapped up, and understand what that person's reason was in your life. What did that person help you with at that time? Have you grown, you know? And anyway, I don't want to go on about it because I feel really, really heavy myself. So my heart goes out to all of you as well. I feel the same. So it sucks. So we're just going to ask Spirit for some guidance, whatever it is that they want to talk to us about. One of the items that we're going to choose from is this polar bear rock. I looked at this and I see a polar bear. Polar bear is an amazing totem. And I would say the polar bear should go with water element. They live in fields of ice, right? They live up in the very, very cold snow. So I'm going to get this ready while I think about what else we can use as items for us to choose from. Agate. This is purple agate. Remember, I couldn't remember the stone. It's agate. I have these dragonfly lights on the plant next to me. Dragonfly says, hold on to your dreams. It also says, pay attention to what you're seeing in your dreams. It also tells you that your dreams are sound and valid and you deserve to see them fulfilled. But you may need a little bit of shifting and changing. There's the dragonflies. You might need to examine some things and adjust possibly your ideas or the way you're doing things. Another item. Oh, I should have just kept you with me. Hold on. I'm going over here. First thing was the Seahorse. This is like the knight in shining armor. I should have made him the water sign. I will. Let's do this water elements, and we'll do the dragonfly. Dragonfly as air elements. And we did the polar bear as water elements, but we're gonna do the. I have to think. Earth, I guess, for the polar bear. Polar bear earth, water for the Seahorse, the knight in shining armor. Look at him. And then the angel for the ones that are guiding us. And the message on this angel says, you must do the thing that you think you cannot do. And listen to your heart. Wow, I just heard in my head, listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye. That might be a message for somebody. All right. So for polar bear totem, this is quartz. All quartz crystal on this chunk of rock. I'm trying to remember if I got this in Idlewild or no. You know where I got this? I got this in Arizona on the way to Sedona. In the middle of the freaking desert, I stopped to get some sage. And I came upon this little ghost town and I found this. And at the time, I looked at it and I thought, what do I see? What do I see? And it's funny because what I saw then is different than what I see now. And now I see it again. Okay, so lying like this, I see a rabbit. And this is the rabbit's ear. This is the rabbit's head. There's its eye. It's lying there, right? It's lying there. It's almost like very timid, this rabbit. But on the other side of that rabbit is a polar bear. So if you look at him when he's upside down, he's a timid rabbit. But when you see him in the upright in his full power, he becomes a polar bear. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so the polar bear. It says hold steady on the path that you... Whoa, somebody detached. Hold on. That means that I need to turn off my work line. Just a second. Okay. Let your smile shine message. So hold on, hold steady on your path. is the first message. And take time to observe the situation before choosing a course of action. That's this particular, it's spirit animal totems is the one that I like to go to, because there's always a message from the animal messenger himself. I gotta turn the radio down. This song says, you just want attention. You don't want my heart, you just want attention. This is somebody who comes back when they realize that you're moving on. Or you know, they play this cat and mouse game, and they only show up when, you know, they're broken up with the latest girlfriend or boyfriend, or they need something from you, or when they realize that you've had enough. You don't want my heart, you just want attention. You just don't want me with someone else. That's the energy. So evaluate your fears by looking at things that make you react out, or reactive, or act out in response. And know through understanding that your fear, it's understanding your fear, you're able to resolve it. So don't be a reactive person, take action. So respond rather than react would be the message, right? Keep your course steady was the first one. And you want to observe the situation before choosing how you're going to act. Maybe you've chosen to do something, and then now there's something else coming, or maybe you weren't quite sure what way you were going to choose, or what you were going to choose to do. So it's about learning the power of your own strength, because on one hand, when you're upside down, you're feeling unsure and you're like a timid rabbit scared to move forward. But when you recognize your higher self, your power, this is recognizing your own strength and how to pursue what you choose in life, what you choose, not what others choose to tell you is your, you know, like a timid little rabbit. So it's asking for you to remind yourself how strong you are. I'm strong. I like positive affirmations. They're very powerful. Anything you say after the word I am is amazing for you. Hold on. Would you please go away? I'm trying to get this message, and I keep getting an advertisement over top of it, which bothers me. So I'm trying to get a message. I have the information in front of me, but the information in front of me keeps being covered over by an advertisement. I'll think about why that keeps coming up, and it's go away. Go away. It's going right over top of the words that I want to read. So basically, you're being told to stand up to the challenges in your life. You're being told not to be a scared rabbit. You're being told to tell yourself, I am not afraid. I am not a victim. I am powerful. I'm courageous. I am strong. I take charge of my life, and I act. When I know the direction I'm meant to go and I'm focused on what it is that I want, I move forward, right? No matter how intimidating, I am not a victim. I will not see myself as a scared rabbit. I will not. I will realize that that's only fear, and fear is false expectation appearing real. This tells you that you can thrive in an element that is very, very difficult, or that others would not be able to survive in. You can, kind of like the victory sparrow, right? It's guiding you also between the spirit world and this living world. Sometimes for spiritual people, it's easier for us to stay in our spirit realm, and then difficult when we have to deal with all this stuff going on around us with people that aren't necessarily spiritual. But you can do this. This power animal is who you call upon to help guide you through this difficult time. Use your power. You're fierce, you're strong, and yet polar bears are playful and they're loving, right? Pursue what you want deliberately and powerfully. You're not afraid to be aggressive and show aggressive behavior when you're going after what is yours. You don't want to bully your way through. You don't want to be maybe what others are, but you're not going to allow yourself or allow them to think that you're this scared rabbit. I might be very easygoing. I might be very quiet. You might see me as a timid creature, but you don't know my higher self. I said to somebody one day, I saw your higher self just now, and he said, my higher self is very powerful. And I said, yeah, it was. I felt that higher self. It was extremely powerful. So don't forget about your higher self. And sometimes you might sneak up and surprise someone. They're looking at you, and they're seeing this little rabbit lying down. So lying down, it might be, oh, you know, you're taking it lying down. No, I'm choosing not to fight with you. I don't need to fight with you. I don't need to defend my position. I don't need to explain myself to you. I am very strong and very powerful, and I will move forward, and I will, if I have to, I will stand up and you will see my aggressive side. I'm a good provider and I'm a responsible person. I am capable of many things. So If this comes to you in your dream, this powerful beast, it tells you that you're going to defy some adversity in your life. Something that reflects fear to others, but for you, it's not going to. You will be fearless. You're not going to give in. It also can, it can also show you a person in your life that is very strong and dependable. And you can depend on them to do the right thing. I say no to negativity. I say no to toxic energy. I'm able to compromise, but I won't compromise that. There's no compromising that. Polar bears signify an improvement in your conditions. Sometimes we have to let something go. And when we let that go, then the door opens up. Something that we may have been holding on to. I see this rabbit so clearly. So clearly. Do you see him as clearly as I do? But that's not what I saw when I looked down at him just now. I saw a polar bear instantly. I don't see that timid, possibly person that others might see in you. I don't see that. I see this. And sometimes we just need to tell ourselves that, or that needs to be heard. So I love that. I'm choosing that. I already have chosen the polar bear. So, the dragonfly lights. Dragonfly, let's speak about dragonfly symbolism. I already gave you quite a bit of what the dragonfly was, but it's important to pay attention to when animal messengers make themselves known to us. Look up what they mean. Go to Google and type in whatever that animal is, totem, T-O-T-E-M. They will give you very, very specific messages. So for dragonfly symbolism, it brings positive fortune towards you. Now, a red dragonfly symbolizes someone in spirit that has just passed over, coming to say, I'm with you. I'm safe, I'm happy, and I'm with you to guide you and help you. Call upon me. It also tells you that there are parts of your life, habits that you have that are in need of change. And you need to pay attention to more of the thoughts that dominate your mind, the profound thoughts and desires that you have. Pay attention to those, rather than the niggling little ego thoughts that come in that distract you like flies. This morning I woke up and there were army ants all in my bed, and I got that loud and clear. I knew that in the middle of the night, and I dealt with it. Army ant trying to climb in my bed. No, I don't want you. I don't want you. I was completely swarming with army ants all over my body, all over in my bed, and it wasn't welcome for me. So there was a habit that needed to change, and it changed instantly. So for dragonfly, it's asking you to look and seek, what are these habits in my life? Which habits of mine need to be changed at this time? We get into patterns of behaving in a certain way. The song came on, is it too late to say I'm sorry? I know I've done that a million times, right? Well, stop doing it a million times. There's no point in saying you're sorry when you keep repeating the same behavior, right? You're responsible for what you see in life. So at this time, you need to be very careful, because a lot of what you see might be an illusion. So it's about seeing past the illusion through the deception as well. Because the dragonfly is a symbol of the air and a symbol of the water. It's about being able to balance between worlds, right? It's asking you to live life to your fullest as well. They're magical dragonflies. They have opalescent wings. Have you ever seen that video of the dragonfly that's washing its face? And it's magic. It's literally magic. So for you, again, affirmations are very important for you. So it's about visualizing a positive outcome. What we visualize, I manifested something into my life that I wasn't asking for. I didn't realize I was manifesting it. But when something comes into our life, we are manifesting it. Maybe we have manifested it because we've gone back and forth. Wasn't quite sure about this or that, and the one came, and generally it's going to be the one we don't want, right? Because we're focusing in the wrong direction. So dragonfly is asking you to pay attention to what you really want, what you really think, and pay attention to what's on the surface, but also what's beneath the surface. And sometimes what I got today is, sometimes something is so obvious that you think it can't be that. It's too obvious. That's just too obvious. Why would they do that? Why would that happen? That's just, I mean, they didn't even, I could see that a million miles away. But maybe not for other people. Maybe just you are. So It talks about going into the etheric realms. It talks about dreams, dream state, dreamlike manifestation. Not staying in that dreamy space though, right? It's good to go there and imagine what it is that you want to see come to fruition, but you got to get out and act upon it. You can't stay in that space. It talks about change and regeneration, but it talks about balancing your emotions because of the water and the air, right? Balancing. It might be that you're holding on to false beliefs about something, false perceptions. Maybe you're engaged in something that is not the best for you. It's unreliable and it's irresponsible. Things are not what they seem. And in that situation, your downfall happens. The tower happens. You need to take a closer look. Look beyond what you see. Get clear. And maybe you're acting out of emotion, right? It's a time of healing and transformation, that's for sure. I'm just hearing something. God, it's such a melancholy day. Dragonfly, polar bear. Baby, how can you sleep when you lie to me, is the message. How can you sleep when you lie to me? It's unacceptable. I don't want my heart to break. How can you sleep when you lie to me? I told you that someone's behavior and fearing to take a leap of faith might lose them the love of their life. How can you sleep when you lie to me? So the next messenger and element that we're going to look at is going to be the water element, and that's the Seahorse totem. Seahorse totems have very unusual family lives. It's the male seahorse that takes care of the children. So the seahorse is saying to you, what's your hurry, little horse? Slow down. It's safe for you to help others in this situation. The message right now is there's no way I'm going to stick around to find out why it is that you feel that you can lie to me. Take stock and analyze where you are right now. I don't want my heart to break. How do you sleep when you lie to me? So the message is you're magnificent just as you are, and you need to look at who you are and see the truth of who you are, because you're not telling yourself the truth. You're probably seeing yourself like a scared rabbit instead of this powerful beast that you actually really are. So the seahorse is reminding you to be persistent. You think about a horse, forward movement, right? Whenever I see the horse, I think of spirit coming to help, assistance coming forward, moving forward, fast forward movement. Knight's not going to get anywhere without his horse, right? They're asking you not to be stubborn and rigid. A seahorse has to be flexible. If you're lost or confused, then you're being asked to take a look at yourself and around at the situation that's going on right now. A really good look. I keep getting that. Yesterday I got it all day in my readings, and we're getting it again for all of these messengers, is that you need to look beneath the surface of things. Things are not as they appear, right? We need to get a look at things with not only our physical eyes, but a spiritual perspective in order to get the truth of what is actually happening, and allow yourself to be guided in the direction that you're meant to flow, right? Allow that to happen. And then when you get to where you're meant to be, you grab hold like the little seahorse does and anchors themselves, right? And so that they can stay focused on their goal. It's also letting you know that it's time for you to make your move. Now's the time. Now, we keep getting it, right? Now that people are losing. People are losing. You snooze, you lose. Now's the time. Oh my God, this is amazing to me. What did I tell you? Last night I woke up and I'm surrounded with ants. Well, the message from Seahorse is, In fact, like an ant bite, you've been procrastinating too long, and what makes you feel safe, let go and take the plunge towards creating your dreams and making them a reality. People with the Seahorse they are the knight in shiny armor. They'll sacrifice their own needs to help others, and they have a desire to protect the young ones and the ones that are weaker than them. I have that energy too, right? I feel that. I've got that fight for the underdog. I've always had that in me. They have a gentle strength, and they have a peace towards them. They're very polite, and they're considered courteous people, kind, considerate. They are unusual, but their looks are unusual. There's something distinctive about them, but very, very attractive. If a man has this power animal as his totem, he's got a reverse role. As I said, sometimes the man will take care of the child. Sometimes they take care of the home while the woman is the business person. Sometimes they have that energy that looks like it's flipped in reverse. It looks like they're drawn to a more driven, powerful woman. They like that. They don't feel threatened by that. They're comfortable in that environment. Some men feel very threatened by a woman who is in a position of power. I've been with men that way. They felt very threatened because I was doing my own thing and I was independent. That made them feel threatened. They didn't like that. And my dad used to say, why do you feel that that's a threat? Why can't you see that that's a plus for you? Why can't you see that that is helping you? Why can't you work together as a team instead of feeling that that's undermining you? So when you're a Seahorse, you also have a very different perspective or a different outlook on life than other people. You're very unique. All right. So the angel, we all know. Song right now, I give and I give and I give and you take. I run away. Young blood. You want me out of your life. And now I'm just a dead man walking. But this person is back and forth, and it's a game, and it's a game that no one's gonna win, right? This one is not committing, constantly going back and forth. I give and you take, and I run, and it's like back and forth, like freaking magnets flipping, and it's dysfunctional and toxic. That's why I told you, someone was about to lose the love of their life because of the way they behave. You come forward and I pull away from you. So I guess we're starting with the winged enchantment, and we're starting with the polar bear rabbit combo. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the polar bear, so the polar bear's earth elements: steady, grounded, strong, stable, hardworking, stubborn. Song right now, I keep hearing this song. She'll never leave, and the song is basically about a girl she's a pimp. I mean, she's a prostitute, the way she's treated, and she won't leave him. She won't leave that abusive situation. She stays. I don't think you understand. I know she's capable of anything, but when he calls, she comes running. She'll never leave. I don't think you understand. She'll never leave. But that's the mistake that you make, right? That's what the one in my life thought. Until they just found out it's over. It's done. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the polar bear. The sparrow. I love this because this came up as far as victory. The victory sparrow. The sparrow. What a beautiful picture. Look at that. That's gorgeous. In the night when she comes calling, tears keep pouring down her face. I don't think you understand. She'll never walk away. Wow, that's so uncool. Uncool. Remember I said about the person who, that kryptonite, and how that pimp was beating up that girl, and that old guy wanted to help? Codependent. Man, we all have choices to make. Sparrow. I'll read you what Sparrow says, and we'll go to another deck as well. I don't know why I chose to go with this first. I guess this is just my spirit wanted it to be today. I am Sparrow, the enlightenment of self-worth. I am pride in simplicity and honor in the commonplace. I am the one standing vigilant. I am power in numbers and the contentment of being part of the larger whole. Much of human endeavor thrives on originality, of standing out boldly from the crowd. My wisdom encourages the acknowledgement of the role of the community and family to shape your personal destiny. You cannot always fly solo, but you cannot neglect the threads that bind you all together. You are approaching a time that will require a group effort and the need to blend in while fostering your imprint on the world. It is a mighty gift to flit about the world unseen, and a greater gift to know that you have flocks behind you if you need them. You need to pull back, regroup, and find the common ground. You are engaging humanity. You are a part of something great. You are open. You are Sparrow. Now the Sparrow, notice how it said you must blend in. A lot of times the Sparrow is looked at as insignificant. Like this insignificant little rabbit that looks like a scared rabbit, hiding, timid. They may think that you're being timid when you retreat, but the Sparrow is able to survive everywhere and anywhere and under the most adverse of conditions, just like the polar bear. This is the pet of Aphrodite. So there's love all around this one. This one is called the Victory Sparrow. This is the comeback kid. This is the underestimated one. This is the long shot horse. All right. Wisdom of the Golden Path. With tears pouring down her face, she'll never walk away. How could somebody allow another to go through that? How unkind is that? And the song, I got used to you being someone that loved me, right? I'm going under, and this time I feel there's no one to save me. Boo-hoo, save your fucking self. This all or nothing way of living got me sleeping without you. I need somebody to hear, somebody to know, somebody to tell, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I got kind of used to the way you numb the pain. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to see me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I guess I got kind of used to being someone that you loved. But this guy doesn't understand that love is a two-way street. It isn't about being someone that someone else loves. There needs to be a reciprocal give and take, right? Correct for neutrality. This also can refer to someone who finally opened up to someone in their life and they passed away. So for that, we of course, give our deepest condolences and ask for Spirit to wrap them in their arms of love. And it goes with the very first message. But that's not the message that I'm being shown. I'm being shown somebody who's feeling sorry for themselves because they're used to somebody loving them all the time, but they never gave back. And then when they decided to pull out, now they feel alone. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the polar bear, earth element, questioning your beliefs. So right now you might be in a place where you're questioning your beliefs. I was raised that this is the way things were. This is how things had to be, and it's not working out well for me. Things aren't going the way they should be going. I don't feel like what I have believed my whole life is right. When you go through an awakening, you question everything. And it was really hard for me. It took me 10 years to know that I was not dealing with demons, but that I was actually dealing with angels, and that what I was doing was not wrong. Because religion taught me that what I was doing is demonic and wrong. How can what I do be wrong? But religion wants to control you. And so I had to question my beliefs. Something has made you fall. Things are just getting too difficult. And you need to question yourself. What am I believing in? Maybe I'm believing in something that's not even real. Maybe I'm looking at life through rose-colored glasses and I'm not seeing the truth of something. What do I believe about myself or about what I can achieve or what I can't accomplish? Am I listening to other people telling me I can't? When there's nothing impossible for me. I have to look at the way I'm examining what I feel, what I believe. What is restricting me? What is stopping me from experiencing joy? Do I believe that I have to constantly prove myself? Do I believe that I don't deserve to be given the love that I give out? Do I believe that it's wrong to walk away and choose myself? Choose to be happy? Choose what would make me happy? Do I believe that that's just being selfish? Then I need to examine my beliefs, because it's stopping me from being happy. Have I inherited beliefs of my family, of my friends? If I ask myself, is that what I believe? Is that how I feel? Sometimes my society believes this, my family believes this, my religion believes this, my friends all believe this, and I just kind of went along. But I'm not a freaking timid rabbit. I'm a powerful polar bear. I am unique and an individual of my own. And I can stand up and I can aggressively speak my piece and say, this doesn't support me. This doesn't work for me. I'm not happy in this situation. It no longer serves me. Am I acting from fear, scared rabbit? Am I not recognizing my power? I need to question what is taking hold of my heart. Do I need this, what I'm holding on to? Or can I replace what I'm saying in my head or what I'm believing with more self-empowering and self-loving thoughts and actions? This is about diversifying. This is about looking outside your culture and realizing there's more than what you were raised to believe. There's a whole world, a vast, different world out there. I was raised one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I didn't know anything about anybody else outside myself. I was surrounded by only them and that belief system, and everything else was wrong except for that belief system. But there's a whole world full of people living different lives in different ways and different belief systems, and it doesn't make everybody else wrong, right? It's not my way or the highway. It's about exploring with an open mind and knowing that it's not wrong to do so. You're safe to do so. This is about replacing negative thoughts, self-depreciating thoughts with powerful, positive, loving, self-affirming thoughts. Letting go of fear because it doesn't serve a purpose in my life. This is saying, I'm going to say this affirmation. I replace all negative beliefs with new loving beliefs. I let go of the fear that no longer serves a purpose in my life. My heart and mind are open to new ideas and experiences. There you go. So for those who chose the Dragonfly lights, did I speak of, we went to Polar Bear, right? Yeah, now we'll go to Dragonfly lights, which is air, the air element. Words, thoughts, there's a lot of thinking going on. A lot of thinking. That's what I got from Spirit yesterday, was to detach, pull back, regroup, and just do some self-introspection. Look deeper inside myself. What's not working here? What action am I repeating again and again, expecting a different result? Or what am I allowing to continue, expecting it to change? If you allow an old pattern, a destructive, toxic pattern to persist, you're not moving forward. You're staying stuck. For those who chose the Dragonfly lights, Finch. When I see the Finch, it means a great deal of sudden activity is soon going to happen. It's funny, we get like a lull, and then all hell breaks loose. I am Finch, the diversity of experience. I am a million facets of reality. I am an eternal spectrum of color. I exist in myriad ways and bring the magic of alternatives. I am the high energy of restless anticipation. I am new direction and choice. I am your clue that it's time to switch things around and sample the flavors of life. Spice it up, change the colors, take the road never traveled. If you've seen it all before, I will change the landscape. Without change, everything stops. I am the millions of paths that you could take. I am the urge to try something new. I am the joy of a free and adventuresome way of life. I am the flurry of endless activity. You are ready to leave the comfort zone and mingle with new realities. You are abundant in curiosity. You are active change. You are blending experience. You are Finch. I like that a lot. I got yesterday, Pisces. I'm in a Pisces moon. Pisces, take the road less traveled. I have that picture above my bed, the road less traveled. I reorganized my room when I redid my landlord's studio. And then I said, you know, I need to do this in my own place because I wanted to get energy moving. Everything was stagnant. And I said, here, I'm doing all of this work for you. I need to do it for me. So I came in here and I thought, well, I can't really move furniture around too much in the way the studio is designed. But I gave him a couple of pictures and I moved pictures around. And what's interesting is my snowy owl, the silent flyer, I put under a light. He's illuminated now. He's over top of the dragonfish, watching over the dragonfish and over the Siamese fighting fish. And I moved a mirror right here. It's right close to me where I can see. I moved a mirror right here, right close to me where I can see, and it's white. And it's light, and it's in the best location. And I moved my native drum behind me. Just moving a few things around shifts the energy, and it did. It shifted things for me. I wanted old patterns to be gone. I got rid of something. I got rid of a couple of pictures that I realized, I didn't realize until after I did it. I'd been holding on to them because they were very expensive and they were beautiful. But they were pictures that I had acquired with my ex-husband. We've been divorced for 13 years. And he's a friend. He's a nice guy. I have no problem with him. We're friends. But when I gave them away, I had a violent reaction. I had a meltdown. My body started, and I kept getting from Spirit, cut cords with your ex. And I thought, who? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have it, you know. But that's what it was. The song right now, cabinets are bare, dishes on the floor are smashed. People are breaking up. So what I found was when I gave those pictures, as I walked out of the room, my body started to shudder. There were energetic ties wrapped around me that I didn't even know were existing. It had nothing to do with the stuff. It wasn't that, oh, well, they're really expensive and two of the most expensive pieces I have. It wasn't about money. It wasn't even about the pictures. It wasn't even a conscious thought. I gave them to my landlord. They're perfect for his house. They don't have an energetic tie for him. But there was an energetic tie to a masculine energy in my life holding my love life back. And I thought, and I didn't understand it until I did it. I've told you guys all about rings and about necklaces, and if you have something that's in your presence, if you're finding yourself difficult, it's not moving forward, there's a reason, and Spirit keeps saying, cut cords, cut cords. I gotta tell you, I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. It was like a death. It was a subconscious release, and it wasn't even me holding on to that past. I had nothing about that, but there was an energetic tie, and so it was like going through a death. I have nothing in this house that belongs to any other man. I mean, it would be different if I got something at a garage sale. Wouldn't be a big deal. But for anybody that I was attached to, there's nothing from anyone. I got rid of everything. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Somebody just said, very interesting. For the Dragonfly. Masquerade. There you go. Somebody is not who they say they are. Remember, look under the surface of things. Things are not as they appear. So somebody's putting on a masquerade, or are you masquerading? Are you lying to yourself about something? But there's definitely a masquerade going on here. Somebody is concealing part of the truth. And again, what is it that Spirit wants us to do? Look beneath the surface of things. Things are not as they appear. The real picture needs to be seen. There's deceit around you. You need to see this deceit. I knew that someone wasn't who they said they were. But it was going back and forth, and then you try to be the nice person, right? I like this person's energy, but it doesn't matter. How can you sleep when you lie to me? Don't fucking lie to me. So use your intuition. Follow your gut instinct. If something isn't right, if it doesn't feel right, it isn't right. No matter how nice that person might be to you, it doesn't feel right. There's something wrong here. Trust that feeling. If something feels unbelievable, you have to stop. You have to trust your feeling. Not what your head is trying to tell you, not what the story you're getting. Do not be sucked into someone else's game. It's a trap. Do not proceed. Say thanks, but no thanks. I don't want this. You're a liar. Song, she ain't real. She won't be able to love you like I will. She's a stranger, but baby, is this really, I know she's got it all, but baby, is this what you really want? Some jealous woman interfering in my life. I trust my intuition and instincts. I see through appearances. I sense what is true and not true. The masquerade is over. Over. Sucks. Bless your soul, you got your head in the clouds. She made a fool out of you, and now she's bringing you down. Somebody started a rumor, and it wasn't true. If you listen to the story of this song, Adele, Rumor, someone started their own rumor, and it wasn't the truth. Set out this story, and everybody believed it, and it caused all this chaos and all this pain, and it wasn't even the truth. None of it was real, and it hurt everybody. Rumor has it. So it's interesting. The last line of this song, rumor has it, you're telling people things that you shouldn't be. Telling them that we sneak out when she ain't around. Did somebody involve you in a third-party situation and you weren't even aware of it? Telling people things that you shouldn't be. Like when we would sneak out when she wasn't around. Haven't you heard the rumor? The last line is what's significant. There's a rumor going around about me and you, stirring up our little town the last week or two. Tell me why we're even trying to deny this feeling. I feel it, you feel it too. There's a rumor going around. Why'd you say we make it? Make it true. What'd you say we make it true? Come on over here, let's give them something to talk about. Rumors going around. No, wrong song. That's what they want you to do. Wrong song. How funny is that? Rumor has it. Wrong song. Rumor has it, Adele. She's half your age, but I'm guessing that's the reason you stayed. I heard you've been missing me. You've been telling people things that you shouldn't be, like when we'd creep out and she ain't around. Haven't you heard the rumors? Bless your soul. You got your head in the clouds. You made a fool out of me, and boy, you're bringing me down. You made my heart melt, yet I'm cold to the core. Rumor has it I'm the one that you're leaving her for. All of these words whispered in my ear, telling a story I cannot bear to hear. Just because I said it doesn't mean I meant it. People say crazy things. Just because I sent it doesn't mean I meant it. Rumor has it, but rumor has it he's the one I'm leaving you for. Tower fell. For those who chose the Dragonfly lights, Wren. Wait, we did this one. We did this one. We're going to go to the wisdom of the golden path, right? Because we did question your beliefs with the other. Did I do that yet? We did Finch. And before that we did, can't think. Change. No, we did Masquerade. We did Masquerade, right? So we did them both. So we will have Wren and we will have Change for the next item, which is going to be the Seahorse. So we'll do Wren, and then we have Change. Song right now, Can't We Just Talk? Wren. Can't we just talk? Talk about where we're going. Time for talking is done, right? How long has Spirit been saying now's the time to act? Wren, I am Wren, the active spirit and giving heart. I am poetic inspiration. I am the energy of life and the utilization of everything this earth yields. I waste no time. I squander no resources. I am life lived to its fullest. I am the bold use of both agility and wit. You have encountered and need to stay alert. Remember the osprey? Stay on the vigilant. There's important information pending. Stay alert. You have reason to make things move quickly now. I am your reminder that you have put things into motion and so must maintain momentum. Expand your circle and utilize those around you for help. You may find others in an asset to your accomplishments. I am the determination to follow the path that lay ahead. Trust the tug of your spirit and carry onward. You are lighthearted in the face of hard work. You are a joyous inspiration. You are stamina. You are Wren. It's time for flight. It's time to move, right? What did we say yesterday? You snooze, you freaking lose. I'm sorry, I never felt like this before. I apologize if I'm moving too slow. Can't we just talk? There's been a lot of communication in the ethers, in songs, in dreams, but not in the physical. There needs to be face-to-face communication. So change. You see this one. Look at the dagger she's holding. She's cutting away what no longer serves her. She's cutting away cords. She's cutting away from her life what doesn't work. Any emotional tie with any negative or outmoded thinking or belief system, patterns that need to go by the wayside, freeing herself from ties, cutting cords. I didn't even know that those pictures had such heavy cords wrapped around me. You watch me move freely now. You watch me move forward quickly. I was being held back. This is what you're supposed to do. When you let go of the negative ties, then it clears way for new beginnings. Do what I did. Just move a few things around. Get a broom and sweep out of your house. Sweep the old energy out, but shift things around. There's going to be more coming forward. It's going to bring joy to you. It's going to bring success to you. It's going to bring inspired ideas. It's going to bring growth. It's going to bring financial abundance. It's going to bring better into your life when you let go of what's holding you back. You have to change your thought patterns. And patterns that we have are very difficult to change. They're patterns. We have to break a pattern, and stubborn thinking needs to be changed in order to break patterns, right? It's going to be worth the effort. And we have to be patient with ourselves and with others as we try and break through these old patterns. It's very, very hard to break patterns and change our thought process. Song right now, I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on the fall, on the ride. This is someone who is in love with somebody, knows where it's going, but is doing everything to dig their heels in to slow it down. But Spirit says there's no more time. Time is up. It's not necessarily your time, it's divine timing, right? It's time now. Otherwise, you get cut away. So be aware to the possibilities in front of you. Recognize that it's okay to let go and trust what's coming. Maybe what you've been holding on to and you've been waiting for, it's not worth it for you. Something better is in front of you. Surrender. And what you surrender gets replaced by something way better. You might be a little bit upset. You might be feeling a little bit sad. You might be feeling a little bit unsettled, not quite sure what it is that's coming down the pike. But you're going to move forward through that. There's a blessing. There's always a blessing in disguise. And the disguise is that it feels like shit. It makes me feel sad, right? But you're making way for something new, something better. I saw this time period. I saw this in my dream years ago. It was monsoon season. A trip going through in the monsoon season. There was water on the road. And it was summer. It was this time period. So it's about embracing the change, knowing that it's positive, knowing that you're doing what your soul is asking for you to do. That dagger is sharp to cut those cords, and even through any chain that might be binding you that another is holding on to you. It may not be you. I had a dream. It was the most disgusting dream. It wasn't something that I wanted to look at. It was a man who was in the habit of recreational hard fucking, sport fucking. Sex. He would hire prostitutes, and that's what they would do. There was no emotion attached to it. None at all whatsoever. All emotion removed, and he would hire 2 females, and he would push them around. He would be rough with them, aggressively. He would hurt them. I watched that, and I thought, what the hell is going on? Now, it's a symbolic message, too. Everything is symbolic as well as literal. But I literally found out it was a client of mine that is very toxic, this client. I asked Spirit, please don't have this one call me, because I keep telling her, she shares has the password to her old boyfriend's Facebook account, Messenger. So she reads his messages. Somebody in my life still has access to somebody connected to me, an ex, and is reading all of their stuff, is able to go in and read things. You're not going to see what you want to see. You're not going to hear what you want to hear. It's not going to feel good, but they're doing that. And by that person being my client, I'm not doing it. She wasn't doing it, but she's watching and reading what he's doing. So for her, through her connection to that guy and my connection to her, it infected my dreams. I had that toxic shit in my dreams. So it shows you, it doesn't have to be you that's doing it. It could be your roommate. Who are your friends? I'll show you who you are. It's my brother that's doing that, not me. Well, get the hell away from your toxic brother, because that was disgusting. And I don't want anything to do with it, which means I'll cut myself away from you because you have an attachment to you. I had an attachment to me that I didn't even know I had. But there's an example of that. So if there's somebody in your life that's behaving in a way that's disgusting to you, cut cords from them, because what they're doing is going to infect you. I invite the most blessed change into my life, knowing that it leads to a positive transformation. I surrender all the thoughts and feelings that no longer serve me, and I replace these with love. Amen. Now we go to the angels. There's more of them than one up there. But, and remember, you must do the thing that you think you cannot do. You must do the thing that you cannot do. That you think you cannot do, because there's nothing you cannot do. You don't do it by yourself. Remember when I talked about my dad saying, this is impossible. They're never going to give you that loan. You're never going to get that tiny home. It's weird. The landlord, the manager of the park keeps writing to me. The realtor keeps writing to me. Everyone keeps saying, don't give up on that. And I'm like, well, if it happens, it's got to happen, but through spiritual means, because I can't get that loan. You know, there's got to be someone that's going to carry that note for me. And I heard that in my head. You get into the park, I'll carry the note. You know, whatever it is, I surrender it to spirit. But I don't say I can't do it without the help that I have. My dad said, you can't do it. It's never going to happen. But my dad's a businessman. He's not a spiritual man. I know that spirit has opened up windows where there were only walls. You never know. Whether that happens or not, it remains to be seen. But I never say that I can't, that it's not possible. Correct for neutrality, for those who chose the angel, I did. The angel would be, who did we have? Water, earth, air, fire. The angel is fire. How funny is that? Correct for neutrality, for those who chose the angel. A fiery angel. Correct for neutrality. Oh, she's sweet but a psycho. My friends say, run, don't walk away. Right? And what do you hear? Everything your friends say, instead of what your heart's telling you. So what we have is Parrot. How perfect for fire element. I am Parrot, the fierceness of color and the flash of life. I am the climax of magical color and the blending of light and shadow. I am the bridge of communication. I will mimic you, teaching you the proper use of integration and expression. I am the power of words and the effects of speech. I can learn your voice with as much ease as you can learn mine. Words are portals in time, framing the evolution of verbal magic. There are no barriers except those created by humanity. We are all different colors of the same spectrum. This may be a time to clear your throat and let your voice sing out. I am flamboyant and dazzling. I want to be seen. I yearn to be heard. It is time to break down the walls and explore the vastness of your own brightness. Integrate everything you hear around you. You are dazzling. You are expressive. You are free-spirited. You are Parrot. I resonate with this loud. Loud. I want to be heard. I want to be seen. I don't want to be told, be put in the corner, be quiet, keep this secret, keep this under wraps. I want to be heard. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. I want this. Do you want this? If you pick this message, you certainly do. Don't tell me to be quiet. Don't tell me to keep this a secret. That's not happening. Hell if I'll be somebody's secret. Song right now, I'm at this party all dressed up. I hate dressing this way. Everybody's got so much to say. I don't belong here. I don't fit in. I don't feel good here. He goes in with the girl. And he says, sorry, we shouldn't be here. And she says, what are you talking about? We can be anywhere we want to be. Let's dance. And this one's saying, you're making me feel like maybe I am somebody. I can handle the bad nights when I'm with my baby. You make me feel like I'm somebody that loves me. Why don't you love yourself? Learn to be your own best friend. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Don't be somebody that can't be alone for 5 minutes. You know that guy that breaks up with one girl and goes to the next and goes to the next and goes to the next, and are never, ever, ever on their own to figure out what the hell they can do and what they want and who they are? I don't want that. Sorry. Correct for neutrality. I haven't worked so hard on myself to be independent and strong and figure out who I am, to be with somebody who can't be alone for 5 minutes. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the angels, and I did. Love. What is the answer? Love is the answer. Remember the water? Look beneath the surface of the water. Things are not as they appear. Look deeper. Look deeper. What would love say? What would love do? Now, also, we're breaking through old patterns, right? So maybe you have been somebody that has been told to be seen and not heard, or not seen and not heard. Maybe it's always been about that in your life. And so this is a pattern you have to break out of. So somebody may be a little ahead of you, right? And it's frustrating for the one. I'm not going to be a secret. You shouldn't either. I'm not going to keep my thoughts secret. I'm not going to keep what I believe and what I feel a secret. I'm not going to stuff it inside of me because other people don't agree with it. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. I'm on a platform and I use it for spirit, right? And I don't shirk my responsibility. I don't hide behind the fact that you don't like what I'm saying. I'm sorry you don't like the message that's being delivered. Maybe you ought to ask yourself why you don't like it. Is it triggering you? So right now, there's an angel that's around you, reminding you there's more to you than achievements, than a doctorate, than a degree, than a badge upon the wall, right? Possessions, your stuff, your BMW, your $500 vest. Who gives a fuck how much your vest cost? I don't. This is about rediscovering and reconnecting with the truth of who you are. That is what's powerful. The soul inside of you, the being that you are, that you came to live, this life. This one's going to help you discover a healthier, more sensitive and loving you. Not worrying about what other people think, about keeping up the facade, about keeping up the image, about keeping up with the Joneses. There is nothing wrong with having stuff. There is nothing wrong with being wealthy. I think it's great. Money makes things a hell of a lot easier. I can't get my tiny home because I can't get the loan, right? At this point, I'm not able to prove it because I work for myself. It makes it difficult. It's funny how you get punished for being responsible. But the government wants you to be have all these credit cards, right? And because I don't have any, and they're all paid for, and I own everything, I get punished for that. But so money makes the world go round, but it's not the be-all, end-all. It is an energetic exchange. There's nothing wrong with having money. I deserve it. You deserve it. I manifest it into my life. I bring it in. I welcome it. This is the color green, which is abundance. I ask for abundance because right now we need that in exchange for energy, right? We can't just say, I'll mow your backyard, or I'll cut your hair, or to get a loan, they want to see money. They want to see what does your tax return say, right? Unless I can just buy it outright. So at this point, it's telling you it's not about, it's the love of money. It's not that it's useful. I don't want to be attached to money. You know what I love is Ed Sheeran's song. I love Ed Sheeran, P.S. He's freaking awesome because he's successful. This is a guy that was made fun of. He stuttered. He had red hair. People put him down. He's an incredible musician. He's got the most beautiful voice, and he's such a giving, loving, generous, down-to-earth person. He's like Keanu Reeves, right? I love Keanu Reeves. I don't care what anybody has to say. I don't care if you think he's a bad actor. He's freaking a giving person. So Ed Sheeran has a song, and it says, I don't want to be beautiful people. And I love this. And that's what this is about. LA on a Saturday night. Yeah, LA. I loathe LA. P.S. Loathe it. Here we are on a Saturday night in the summer, sundown, and they all come out, Lamborghinis and their rented Hummers. Rented, because they would rather pay $700, $800, $1,000 a month car payment so that they look like they're driving a Hummer that they can't even freaking afford, right? The party's on, so they're heading downtown, round her hair. Everybody's looking for a come up. They want to know what you're about. Me in the middle with the one I love, and we're just trying to figure everything out. We don't fit in very well. Remember that one a minute ago? We don't fit in here. And she goes, we can fit in anywhere we want to be. We don't fit in with that crowd. We don't want to fit in with them. They are loving money, right? I could use some help getting out of this conversation. You look stunning, dear, so don't ask that question here. This is my only fear, that we become beautiful people. Drop top designer clothes, front row at fashion shows. What do you do and who do you know? Inside the world of beautiful people, champagne and rolled up notes, prenups and broken homes, surrounded but still alone. Let's leave the party. That's not who we are. We are not beautiful. Yep, that's not who we are. We are not beautiful. LA, drove for hours last night and made it nowhere. I see stars in your eyes when we're halfway there. I'm not fazed by all of those lights and flashing cameras, because with my arms around you, there's no need to care. We don't fit in well. We're just ourselves. I could use some help getting out of this conversation. You look stunning, dear. So don't ask that question here. This is my only fear, that we would become beautiful people. drop top, designer clothes, front row at fashion shows. What do you do? And who do you know? Inside the world of beautiful people, champagne and rolled up notes, prenups and broken homes, surrounded, but still alone. Let's leave the party. That's not who we are. We are not beautiful. Yeah, that's not who we are. We're not those beautiful people. We're beautiful inside. We don't give a fuck about that stuff. I watched somebody sneaking out of a party. There's parties all around them. Remember, I don't like this party. I don't feel comfortable dressed up here, and everyone's got so much to say, and it's not of any interest to me. I saw him sneaking out of that party. Didn't feel welcome, and you know what? They never liked him anyway. They always said he was weird. They never treated them like they belonged. Never did. I never felt like I belonged with these people. And you know what? You don't have to be in an elite society to be treated that way. You can be in with a bunch of musicians. You can be in a town where people are just jealous of you. But it's the hunger for and the need for the desire to be somebody, to reach a status, to everybody reaching for fame or to hold a degree or a doctorate, or I don't know what it is. It's not that there's anything wrong with money. It's the love of money. There's anything wrong with being in a high position. It's the love of that. It's the need for that. The doctor and the lawyer that are making shitloads of money and the family goes on vacation every summer alone because he's always working. He's never there. I never see you because my job is very important. It takes me all around the world. Well, I hope that keeps you warm at night. Oh, well, don't worry about it because he's fucking everybody else all around the country. Or he's just asexual and doesn't really care about it. And so what happens? You're alone. You're alone because he's given his life to his job, or she has. I was always alone. Her job was always in front of me. It was always important to her about her stuff, about the car. Always, what I could get. Always wanting to keep up with my friends. God, I've never, ever had that idea. You know, my father had a lot of money. He still does. I don't understand that mindset. So there's some good things about being raised a Jehovah's Witness. I was raised to believe that money is the injurious root of all evil and hurts. People stab themselves all over with many pains because of the love of money. You know? Everything happens for a reason. So right now, this is talking about real life, real love, real life, creativity, nature, beauty, true essence of love, the sacred bliss, sacred sexual encounters, sacred friendships, sacred connections with your animal messengers, with the earth, with the elements, with your creator, with your angels, with your guides, with yourself. When you connect and you're in a place like, I can't tell you, I get very overwhelmed. When I have a close encounter with one of my animal messengers, it's overpowering. It's spirit in front of me. I was in the water yesterday in the lake and the snowy egret came and was right next to me. It was so beautiful. And right then I slid into the water and I looked up in the sky and I saw the most incredible, I saw the stag, the divine masculine, taking a leap of faith towards the light. I captured it. I took a video of it. You guys got to see it. It's on my Facebook page, Sherry Columbus, Angel's Whisper. It's amazing. And then right after that, to the right of that stag leaping, was an angel diving. She was going first. I said, oh, and there she follows. No, she went first. She was in front of him. She took a leap of faith after what was important to her, and that royal stag was leaping afterwards. It was amazing. So those showed up. And then I slip into the water and I look and I felt the energy and I pull. And to the side of me was the great blue heron, huge, 6 feet tall, standing there. Amazing. I've had osprey, and it was actually the falcon when I was on the coast going up on my last quest that came and literally hovered right above my head. I was freaking out trying to get my phone to like focus. I had a red hawk again today, right above me. A message is coming. See things from a higher perspective. There is a message coming. Stay on the alert. But I get so overwhelmed when I see them because I know that spirit, and they're so beautiful, and they're so free. Freedom from religion, freedom from other people's choices and other people's baggage, and freedom from my own fears and doubts and from whatever's holding me back, and freedom from the bullshit, freedom from the need to have stuff. God, it felt so good to walk away from that car and get the one I wanted. And after that little meltdown that happened, it felt good. And my landlord said, wow, I'm sorry that's so upsetting. I'm just holding them for you. You can have them back. I said, I don't want it back. I don't want it back. It had nothing to do with that stuff. I said, I had no idea. It's not about stuff. Love is about, it's a feeling. It's about truth. It's about what is sacred. Sometimes the love inside of you just is overwhelming. I cry when I see my animal messengers. I cry when I see something beautiful. It's reconnecting with what really matters. So maybe it's you. Look into that pool and see who you really are. I reconnect with my true nature. My true nature is to be full of joy and love. My true nature is infinitely beautiful and infinitely creative. At the truth of who I am love. Am I giving myself that back? Am I treating myself that way? Am I allowing myself to be mistreated? Remove myself and remove from me whatever makes me feel bad. Are people lying to you? I don't care what your reason is. You're lying to me. It doesn't work with me. I don't work with people who lie. I don't care what the reasons are. If there's something that needs to be expressed, it better be expressed really fast. I don't do liars. Even though we're liars and we both start others' fires, we'll know that we'll be all right. I saw a dream the other night. I'm going to bring it up right now. I forgot. I was going to share it with you guys. The first part of it was my client's actual life. But the second part, I saw something else. I see somebody being released from jail. I look at a file, it goes back 9 years. I see the dashboard of a truck. Somebody's in Oregon. Somebody thinks they're being heard and that something is going to change, but they're lying to them. They're telling straight up lie. The dashboard of the truck is all I see. And then I'm at some party and there's celebrities there and there's a blonde talking to me and another blonde actress and they're talking about fashion and some other event. And I say, I don't think I'm going to go inside. And she goes, well, it's not open to the public anyway, putting this person down, right? And I said, well, even if it had been, I'm not interested. I get up and I walk away. As I walk away, I feel like my skirt is stuck to my back of my butt. Like, that might have been a little bit of embarrassment, right? But I didn't care anyway. And then I see an actress fall from above. She falls, and she's dead. I'm told someone in the family had killed her. And I got earlier, the god of the underworld, something that no longer serves you is about to end. And it did. So then, there's another I've got to show you. Someone who used to be a hippie, somebody's landlord, holding someone, making them work. Correct for neutrality, keeping them in a type of bondage. Okay. In this dream, I'm with a stepfather. We're looking at a property, and for some reason he's saying I'm not able to do it. They showed me my stepfather, dressed in something that I felt was inappropriate. Talked me out of buying my house. He was going to use my connection. He was going to use my connection to buy something else. I know these people. This guy calls me and he says, hey, don't give up on that house. I can get it for you for less. But my dad had made a deal with all of that, with that connection of mine, with the seller, and they shook on it. And I said, well, my dad just made a deal with the guy. But then I think, wait a minute. I have my money. And the guy calls me and he says, I said, I got a call from someone. He says that he could get this property for me. And the person says, who are you looking for? And I say his name. I said, the guy says he knows me. And he says, yes, he does. He knows someone who he's friends with. And there are two people. He says, so-and-so is friends with this guy who plays in a band. I go, yeah, that's him. And he says, he'll meet you at this place. But you're going to go to a party. So there's that party I was at, right? And I said, okay. I wasn't going to go there, but I can go there and meet. And isn't it funny I said about the person who, I talked about my ET angel, a person who'll make a business deal at a party. I saw that. That's what I just watched afterwards. So then I get this. I go into this place, and that's where I see this girl. She's acting all sexy. She's dead. She's actually not there. So she's a ghost in someone's mind. She's acting all sexy. Maybe she's ghosting had ghosted someone. I don't know. And I said, good grief, what's going on? And I see she's pretending to haunt the place so I don't buy it. And I said, look, I'm not scared of you. I want to be here. And she starts to talk to me. So what she was doing is she was haunting a place. So she was trying to make me afraid of something so I wouldn't go there, right? I wouldn't be interested in this property, this person, this job, whatever it was. And then I say, I'm going through the place, and I said, I'd like to walk with you and through the place. And the person says, I want to walk alone. And I said, well, I'm buying it. I'd like to walk with you. I'd like to ask you about this caravan. Now, the other day I heard white caravan. I just heard that, white caravan. That's before I got my little ET angel. And I thought, I don't want a caravan. So why would Spirit tell me that? But they literally gave me the words, white caravan. So I looked at white caravans, and I thought, I don't like white caravans. I don't want the caravan. But remember that that's what I was told, right? So I walk through this place, and I say, I wanted to ask you about that caravan. And there's a vintage motor coach. And all of a sudden, her best friend shows up, and she gets very emotional. She starts to cry, and she says, "I'd like to go be by myself." And I said, "All right, I'll go through with it after. I'll go with you afterwards." And then her old best friend just disappears in front of us. Poosh, disappears. She's sitting there saying hello, and all of a sudden, she's gone. And then this guy comes from the end of the caravan, and he pushes her down. It's not her. It's a vision of her. And then I heard, "Butterfly, you're my butterfly, sugar angel." A vision of you standing out in a crowd. That came up for some reason. Sugar baby, so weird. He's hurting her. He's beating her. He's shoving her out of the caravan. What happened? She's showing me how her boyfriend hit her, and that's how she died. So he disappears, and we go walking on, and we're going to take a bath. My friend's with me too. We go into the bathroom, and now there's 3 in the bathtub. Now I thought, okay, was this about that? So basically there's a story of that orgy, a 3-way that was going on. And a person said to me about someone that I love, this person had a 3-way and they feel guilty. That's why they don't speak to you. So then this person starts going through these convulsions, and I'm thinking, she acts like she's possessed, and I think, this is stupid, this going back and forth. So I'm getting out of here, I'm done. This is ridiculous. So now my landlord, hold on. Song right now, "You're Out of My League." Somebody believes somebody is out of their league, and it is not the truth. It is absolutely not the truth. So I go out, I leave that bathroom, I walk out, and a girl, she looks and she says, "There's a tiger in the room." And I'm like, holy shit. So I shut the door. And the dead girl that owns the place, the ghost from the past, she opens up the door, and there's nothing there. And she goes, "What are you talking about? There's nothing here." And so as I go to walk away, I turn, I look back, and I see a man come, and she and her boyfriend high-five each other. They were pretending the place was haunted so I wouldn't buy the place. The girl and her boyfriend. They realized now that they were working together to get me not to get that place. It's funny. They showed me her as a cat, but in reality, she was a blonde. They showed me her as dark hair, but she's a blonde. So then my landlord comes in and he says, "I didn't think Siam and Willow were friends." And I said, "Yeah, I didn't realize they hung out on the bed together. They did before he became friends with the big guy." So the message is, the girl that's dead, the ghost, that would be somebody from someone's past, right? Like my ex-husband, that energy that was holding on to me. I have nothing with him. I have no connection to him. I have no connection to the person in my past, to any other man in my past. But these ones were saying that somebody did. They were pretending to be friends with me, with this one person, whoever I was in this dream, pretending to be also friends of this other person. But all the while, this guy and girl, this blonde girl and guy, were working together to make this person feel like this one's out of your league, doesn't want you, likes someone else. There's somebody in their life when there was nobody there. So whoever that goes out to, that needed to be said. And this song, "You're Out of My League." All my dream, hold on a second. "You're out of my league." So basically, what I was shown was that these people that keep writing to me, and actually they come to me and get readings from me, they're not who they say. I knew they weren't who they said they were. I just wasn't shown until last night who they actually are. And it was a guy and a girl working together to interfere, right? To stop this from moving forward. More than just a dream. 40 days and 40 nights I waited for a girl like you to come in and save my life. No saving someone's life unless you save each other, right? All the days I waited for you. You know the ones who said I'd never find someone like you, that you were out of my league. All the things that I believed. Remember the thoughts that you have to let go of, and you have to start believing the love and the truth of who you are? You were just the right kind. You were more than just a dream. You were out of my league and you got my heartbeat racing. If I die, don't wake me, because you're more than just a dream. From time to time, I pinch myself because I think my girl mistakes me for somebody else. Every time she takes my hand, all the wonders that remain become a simple fact. That you were out of my league, all the things that I believed. You were just the right kind. You were more than just a dream. You were out of my league, got my heartbeat racing. Out of my league. If I die, don't wake me. More than just a dream. So this one was told by other people too. Lies, right? And this person was telling themselves lies, that this was out of their league. Same thing with, I can't get that house. I can't get that job. I can't do this. These are lies that we tell ourselves. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not fit enough. I'm not young enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not rich enough. They're all lies. Nothing to do with love, right? Song right now, is it too late to tell you that nothing means anything without you? You can have all the money and all the land and all the property and all the stuff in the world and be by yourself. Remember those people in LA? They're alone in a crowd because you don't know who's real and who's fake, who loves you for what you have or who loves you for who you are. Show me your friends, I'll show you who you are. All right, if anybody would like help with a private reading, my name is Sherry Columbus. Welcome to my channel. My website is www.theangelswhisper.com. The angels whisper because they ask you to listen and pay attention. They don't scream. They listen. They whisper, so you listen. If you're at a big party and it's really loud and you need to say something, you don't try and compete over the noise, over the din of the noise, right? You go right up to somebody's ear and you whisper quietly, and your ear will adjust and you will hear them. Put a finger in this ear and tune in this ear, right? Put a finger in this ear of the ones that are saying all that shit to you. And for the negative self-talk, put a finger in that ear and listen to what the angels are whispering in your ear, right? If you like this video, please click like. I love your comments as long as they're positive. Please share the videos so others can get this information as well. And I hope you have a great day. I hope this reading has been helpful for you. Blessings.